All right, whenever you're ready.
As Gen Z, we consume more digital media than we realize. From Instagram influencers to Twitter famous to YouTube, Vine, rest in peace, and TikTok, we consume hours and hours of digital media each year. So why aren't these content creators treated as the influential, money-making parts of our culture that they are and should be by traditional media? To traditional media like television, digital content creators seem trivial and unimportant in our culture. However, digital content creators have proven time and time again that their value and importance are not to be ignored by traditional media moguls and big businesses. The world of digital media has grown from its humble beginnings to have incredible influence over a profitable demographic. There are innumerable profitable business opportunities available, and traditional media should start looking seriously towards these content creators if they wish to stay relevant in the digital age. Traditional media still sees digital content creators as they existed in the beginning of various digital platforms. However, they have grown into so much more. Over 10 years ago, YouTube was born, and so began a series of events that would change the landscape of popular culture and the business world forever. People started posting fun videos about makeup, daily vlogs, story times, and any other concept you can imagine. Here's this new platform with which to create whatever your heart desired and to post it online for people around the world to see it and start a conversation about it. Throughout YouTube's 14-year evolution, it has grown to be, it has become a starting point and launching pad for the careers of countless people. The monumental growth that YouTube has had can be seen if you look at the evolution of VidCon. According to VidCon's website, the first VidCon, which took place in 2009, was attended by 1,400 people. 10 years later, it was attended by over 30,000 people. In the beginning, almost no businesses sponsored the event because they didn't want to be associated with it, as they saw it as a waste of time and money. As of 2019's VidCon, they were sponsored by several movies that advertised with panels and exhibits throughout the convention, as well as being sponsored by several other apps and other businesses. In addition to the aforementioned growth, VidCon has expanded to countries around the world, such as China and Australia, and countries in Europe as well. While there are many incredibly profitable business opportunities available, very few businesses are actually venturing into the profitable world of digital media because they have this preconceived notion that the landscape of YouTube today is the same as it was 14 years ago, which is not the case at all. Traditional media is very reluctant to admit that there exists another path to success that is different from the one that they created and the one that they themselves ventured on, and that this alternate path, which requires an incredible and admirable amount of hard work, independence, and knowledge, is in fact of value. Traditional media still views the careers of these content creators as trivial, unimportant, and as mere hobbies, when in fact this is their livelihood. A huge portion of these content creators independently film, light, edit, and conceptualize their videos, and the idea that one person can do all of this and simultaneously build a brand, business, and a massive audience is a concept that's completely foreign to these figures in traditional media. Digital media and the content creators and influencers who have made it their home are incredibly popular with the youngest generation, Gen Z. And some brands and businesses are starting to realize this. Businesses are always trying to profit off of the youngest generation. If you think about all the infomercials you watched as a kid, they're always marketing towards the kids and trying to appeal to them to get their parents to call the toll-free number on the screen. This is a hugely popular and successful technique in marketing. So it only makes sense for these brands and businesses to work with these content creators that are so popular with the demographic that they're so desperately trying to reach. As Brooks Barnes wrote in his 2016 New York Times article, Hollywood Rushes to VidCon, conventions like VidCon are immense money-making machines that are incredibly popular with Gen Z. From tickets to the event itself, to meet and greets, various panels featuring creators, concerts within the event, and merchandise sold at the event, events like VidCon have the potential to rake in millions of dollars. Digital media has grown from a trivial, frivolous hobby to be incredibly influential, especially with the youngest generation. Gen Z is comprised of culture creators and culture changers who shape the pop culture we consume and the consumer market based on what's popular, as written by Raymond Boyle in his 2018 article, The Talent Industry, Television, Culture Intermediaries, and New Digital Pathways. We as Gen Z consume hours and hours of digital media each year, more so than any generation before us, as I mentioned in my introduction. Because of this, figures who work primarily in social media have a greater influence over Gen Z than figures who work in traditional media do. Advertisers have eventually caught on to this trend and have started to capitalize on online ad campaigns. In addition to this, brands like Audible and 23andMe have worked with many online content creators by sponsoring their videos. In these videos, the creator is given a code to share with their audience, and the audience can use this code to get a discount off the product, while the creator makes a commission off of every purchase made with their code. Brands like these were some of the first to respect online content creators, the work that they do, and the brands and audiences that they've built enough to want to work with them. Mingyu Hu poses this prevalent question in her 2019 article, Social Media Celebrity and the Institutionalization of YouTube. If traditional media doesn't take digital content creators seriously, how are they supposed to stay relevant in the digital age? This question presents a paradoxical issue in which traditional media wishes to profit off of the youngest generation, but refuses to give the due respect and time of day to these digital content creators who are so influential over the demographic that they're trying to reach. One of the most profitable businesses in which collaborations with social media influencers takes place is the beauty industry. Collaborations, especially with the beauty community on YouTube, are incredibly successful and incredibly profitable. Retailers like Maurgen have worked with social media influencers such as James Charles, Lipstick Nick, Jeffree Star, and most recently Shane Dawson. This multi-million-dollar industry is a fantastic example of the profitable collaborations possible when these brands and businesses take these influencers seriously and take into account their massive audiences and their influence over Gen Z. While much progress has been made in the realm of the beauty industry, much progress is left to be made in the world of traditional media outlets like television and movies. Many content creators have paved the way and made exceptional progress, opening doors for future content creators desiring to expand their horizons and work in traditional media. Lily Singh, who is the first woman to host a late-night show in over 30 years, is a fantastic example of one of these creators making waves in traditional media. In addition to this, Lily Singh is the first openly bisexual woman and the first woman of color to host a late-night show. Creators like Lily Singh have made incredible progress and demanded respect from traditional media outlets. As Star Bowenbeck and Madison Feller wrote in their Elle article about Lily Singh's historic moment in her career, Lily Singh got her start on YouTube in 2010, producing sketch comedy videos about the many struggles of coming of age as a Punjabi woman, various stereotypes about girls versus guys, and making comedy music. Eventually, she ventured into the world of celebrity interviews, working with celebrities such as The Rock, Seth Rogen, Priyanka Chopra, Hassan Minhaj, and many more. Another example of a digital media influencer making waves in the world of traditional media is Liza Koshy. Getting her start as the little brown girl on Vine, she has made incredible progress for the online community and opened doors for women of color as well. She eventually moved from Vine to YouTube, producing sketch comedy videos, Q&As, and comedy music, and as well as other kinds of videos. Recently, she got the opportunity to star in her own YouTube Red show, Liza On Demand, and went on to direct the second season of her show. She was also able to work with Vogue and do celebrity interviews at the Met Gala. And in addition to this, she hosts the reboot of Double Dare on Nickelodeon. While some outlets in traditional media have taken these creators seriously, many still trivialize the careers of these content creators and refuse to legitimize them because of the platform on which their content is shared. The world of digital media has grown from its humble beginnings to have incredible influence over a profitable demographic. There are innumerable profitable business opportunities available, and traditional media should start looking seriously towards these digital content creators if they wish to stay relevant in the digital age. In conclusion, in order for traditional media to stay relevant in the digital age and to float above the sea of content created by these social media influencers, they must get on board or drown.